Hey guys, Tom with Elevation Every Weekend, and today we're going to talk pedals. We're just going to give you a quick overview, just a little bit of information about a couple different styles out there, and most importantly, we're going to go out to the shop in a few minutes and show you how to take off a set of pedals and reinstall a set of pedals, so you know exactly what you're in for with that. First, I just want to address something like every bike I've ever bought that cost over $1,000 did not come with pedals, and I've always gotten questions from friends and family. You know, they see a picture of the new bike and they're like, how come it doesn't have any pedals? Well, there's a couple of reasons why bikes, especially higher end of the scale, typically do not ship with pedals. And the reason is this. Pedals are very specific. There's a number of different styles, and even within the different styles, there's a number of different standards. And as a result, not knowing, since the company doesn't know what type of pedal someone might want to fit, or what style shoe they have that interacts with that pedal, they don't automatically ship high quality pedals on higher end bikes since they don't know that. And they're not going to put a pedal like this. This is a very basic, cheap plastic pedal. It's probably a $10 a set pedal. They're not going to put that on a bike that costs thousands of dollars either. So that's why they just don't ship with them. So again, just kind of getting into, I have 3 pedals here as an example. The first one is, like I said, it's just your standard pedal. Everybody should be familiar with this who's ever ridden a bike. It's plastic. Again, it's about $10 for a set of these. They are perfectly adequate if you're just riding your bike occasionally around the neighborhood. They will certainly do the job. But often if you're buying a higher end bike, or if your riding style is much more aggressive or much higher mileage, you're going to want to upgrade your pedals. Over time, these just don't last. If you do pedal strike these on a mountain bike, they just won't hold up. And over time, the bearings are usually cheap and they just won't last. You'll start getting clicking and grinding, and you just don't want that. So an example, this is also a flat pedal. Looks very similar to this in its general design, in that you just put your foot on it and pedal, but this is obviously bigger, and despite being significantly larger, it actually weighs about the same. This, like I said, is a $10 a set pedal. This I spent, it's race face. I spent a little over $40 for these, so between 40 and $60 you can get a pretty good set of flat pedals. And one of the features that these pedals have is not only the bigger plate, but they have pins that screw through the pedal itself, and you can adjust the height, and your foot will literally grip onto the pins. And that's great for mountain biking when you're riding the trail and you're really using your legs. You need grip. You can't have your foot slipping off when you're descending or doing higher speed maneuvers. And for fat biking, which is the bike these are going on, is my Surly ice cream truck. There's going to be a lot of water and snow and whatnot, so again, these will ensure great grip with my boots. And then this set right here is a clipless pedal. This is for a mountain bike just because it has a frame. Road versions are essentially the same, at least for this brand. These are Shimano, but without the frame. But the frame's on there just to protect it from pedal strikes and rocks and things like that. But this is the clipless pedal. And again, because manufacturers don't know what brand pedals you're going to want, and within the brands there are different styles too, they just don't automatically fit a fairly expensive set of pedals to a bike, when someone might get the bike and have to take them right off and replace them because they use a different brand or shoe. If you're riding clipless pedals, you do want them to match, generally speaking, just because you can use the same shoes between bikes and just clip in and go. So that's kind of the reason why. So again, bikes over $1,000, typically you're just not going to see pedals, just because they don't know what you're going to probably want to run on them. Okay, so now we've had just a brief overview of different styles of pedals. We're going to head out to the shop and we're going to look at the bike, and we're going to show you how to take a set of pedals off, and then we're going to install this set on my new Surly ice cream truck, and you'll see how it goes. Okay guys, we're out here in the shop. We're going to show you real quick. So again, as I mentioned earlier, these are the pedals I threw on just to ride the bike. We're going to show you how to take these off and how to put on the new ones. Before we get into that, just a couple quick tips. So the right side of your bike and the left side of your bike, the pedals thread in differently. This is the one key and important thing to know about removing and reinstalling pedals is that one fact. The right side is standard thread. Now what that means is it's the old righty-tighty, lefty-loosey saying that pretty much everybody knows. That means you tighten it going clockwise to the right, or you untighten it going counterclockwise or to the left. So this is the easy standard thread side, so we're going to show you real quick. So usually the way I do it is just take the wrench, open-end wrench, and put it on there, and usually just give it a quick bump, and it's loose. It is now coming off. And there we go. There you go. So now we're going to put on the other pedal. And again, you just put it on, start the threads, and then give it a turn until it bites, and it is now in there. And it's easier to put it on because you don't have to worry about the pedal falling off. One key thing also is once you get it firm, just give it a little squeeze, or I'll just usually give it a little bump, and that's it. You don't want to reef it down and crank it down. One, when you go to take it off, it'll make it more difficult. And two, last thing you want to do is strip this out or stretch the threads or anything like that. It will not come loose, and that's why it's threaded the way it is. As you ride and the pedal spins, it is threaded the direction that you're riding on this side, so it's not going to come loose, which is also why on the other side they had to reverse thread it, which we're going to show you in a second, is because if they had standard thread on the other side, as you were riding it, it would be constantly kind of unscrewing or wanting to unscrew the threads. So that is why they did that. So we're going to spin the bike around and show the other side. All right, guys, we got the bike flipped around. We're on the left side of the bike, and we're going to show you the reverse thread side of the bike. So again, unlike the other side where you would tighten it this way on this, because it's reverse thread, you're going to go clockwise to loosen it. And again, just a quick bump and it is loose. And there you go. And we've got the other one right here. So because it's the reverse thread, lefty is tighty, not loosey. All right, and like I said, just give it a little bump or like that. It's good to go. All set. I am going to show you one alternative way to do this. So the way I usually do it is I use an open-end wrench, and I just do it that way. All pedals are cut to accept an open-end wrench. I'm going to show you an alternative way real quick that might help you out in case you don't have a wrench. And that second way is an Allen wrench. So this is I believe it's a 6mm Allen wrench. So one thing to know when you look at pedals, you have an Allen wrench head cut into, again, this is virtually all pedals. So this is another way you can get them on and off, is you put the wrench on this side, and again, it's the same direction. This is the reverse thread side, so you saw I just loosened it up, and then you can put it in there and just spin it off. And vice versa on the install. You could, start it with your hands and then get it tightened up using the Allen wrench or hex head wrench. And there you go. Okay, guys, I hope you found that tip helpful. Like I said earlier, if you haven't done it before, not knowing that this is a reverse thread side, if you put a wrench on there and you think you're loosening it, but you're actually tightening it, you could really do some damage to the threads or the crank, which would be a much more expensive thing to deal with. So once you know it, it's easy. I guess one thing I will point out is on the pedals themselves, all pedals, they have some sort of left or right determination. And that just lets you know which pedal goes on which side. That makes it easier to get them on there because you can just look at it and know. But if you didn't, you would figure it out if it's not going on, and you probably have them swapped or something like that. But please like the video if it helped you out. check out some of the other videos we have, and please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more content coming on this bike, mountain biking and fat biking in general, the Tacoma, and lots of gear reviews, lots more to come and in the works. So please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to get notified whenever we drop a new video. Thank you very much, and have a good day.